what I'd expect from a new season of Iruma-kun, a wild and wacky OP filled with bright and colourful visuals and a dazzling, confusing sounding song that got me all turned about. Massive credit for adding excellent animation throughout as well. Nice contrast to the start of season 1 and a nod to the end of it too, where we again see how calm and relaxed he now is in his new life. I find it incredible that they put as much effort into the exterior right off the bat as they did in season 1.
Good morning, Iruma-kun.
The fact that my boy Kazuma from the Yakuza games is still in this still equals a win. Massive thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. If you're not, join that club, hit subscribe and the bell icon and never miss a positive injection of wins juice into your veins. Having seen the title of the episode and now this, it's good that they kicked off season 2 with an explanation for the ring, something I found very interesting during the first season. Using the same quirky art style and editing techniques is a massive win too, a big reason why I love the show as much as I do. As well as loving the show, I absolutely adore these two as well. I find her so funny, and I really enjoy his eternal dedication to Iruma. What can only be described as an insane amount of not running on the spot. Dedication! See what I mean? She's adorable, but also hilarious. She would fit into Konosuba beautifully. Not only do they instantly allow for an example of her hilarity as mentioned during win number 7, but then they allow for his already mentioned eternal dedication to be put on display. It's like I planned it, but I didn't. This is getting a win purely for keeping this dynamic the same. I'm not saying I'd hate any change, but I really appreciate it when it's kept intact. It's a feel-good anime and their dynamic provides 90% of the good vibes for me. The fact that this lady still exists within the anime will always equal a win. It's science. Also, much like during season 1, the biggest of Mad Lad props here for animating all of these people. Would have been so easy to cut corners and spare the time, effort and money, but they didn't. She's a win in and of herself. In fact, she's one of my favourite characters. She's awesome, you know what I mean. And she's also a win. I think that's all of the kawaii wins done within a 20-second time period. Environmental design is still scarily on point in this anime, looks fantastic and universe appropriate. Jotaro! I think the whole ring idea was a stroke of brilliance, giving him a logical way to exist among them. She's so freaking adorable, get out of here! You know what, I'm dropping a win here for something that I thought about during Konosuba. How they often act as a genuine team outside of comedy. How there are clear instances of caring between them. And so I'm doing the same thing here. He really adores Iruma, but he definitely cares about her too, like here, and it shows. I like that. Plot twist, but also funny how he reacted and how they did that. Oh my word. Take another win here for that. That's so funny, but also unique to the story. The demon panicking though. There's some straight up clean looking editing at play here, like with this chalk type effect. Not to keep on bringing up Konosuba, but again, if you've seen that, you'll know how much I fall for random comedy, and the fact he's ever so slightly putting on his hair is amazing to me.
Oh,
also, this guy is voiced by the outstanding Nov from Hunter x Hunter, one of my favourite Nen abilities he has.
見れば見るほどものすごく似ている。イルマにイルマがこんなひらひらのふわふわをドレスアップひらひらでふわふわこの指輪さんとおしゃべりをして一緒に練習を指輪が喋るわけないだろう放送壁まであるのか貴様
いや指輪は喋らないよ
Oh, how I missed Iruma-kun.
絶対に勘違いされた。どうやって誤解を解けばこのままじゃアメリさんに誤解されたまま。
Sorry, this is getting just one more win now for the incredible looking effects they use. Really fits the tone nicely too.
重ねてみようと思って。僕とアリさんのこれまでを。僕がランクベトになった後のこと、キリオ先輩や花火のことは覚えている。
ランクギメルになってからは、つまり俺ちんが喋れるようになったのは
のランクが上がったから。
Credit for putting this much effort into this part of the story would have been really easy to overlook how he came into existence, but here they essentially do a deep dive. Going through the effort for a second time to animate someone running through a scene. More dedication!
アメリさんの件、何一つ解決してない。
振り出しに戻る。
I love the mangaka for not forgetting about that moment because I genuinely had. Not my favourite ED, but with a simple song and simple visuals, it simply keeps to the classic devil vibe nicely.
はい、僕の野望。それはふわふわの服を着て可愛くステージで歌うことです。なんでそうなる。
イルマか。本当にそうなのか。イルマ。
違う。
Not only is my waifu and not yours an amazing looking character, but she adds perfectly to the comedy too, and is impeccably voiced to boot.
悪魔が住む魔界でただ一人の人間鈴木イルマ14歳
This new introduction which does a nice job of setting up the coming story.
言っておくが、交際など。
I understood this reference!
行ってきまーす。
Also though, how are you gonna keep on doing not running on the spot like it's no big deal? 3 times already?
イルマのひらひらのふわふわにももしかして何か深い理由がそんなものあるわけがない。
生徒会新人スカウトの件。
誰がスカートだ。
その
ひらひらがどうした。
新人が不安にならないように。
ふわふわだと。
Oh my goodness. That seriously wouldn't be misplaced in Konosuba. What fantastic comedy!
イルマはめちゃくちゃで予想外でいいやつだ。
The way this has been handled is great. It would be so easy to keep their relationship in limbo as so many others do, but instead it's very slowly progressing but at a more than acceptable and entertaining pace.
でももう草でも数えてれば終わりますから。頭とか打ってないってイルマ面倒無用来い。
The comedy is so good though, seriously. I'm in love.
イルマ様遅いな。
探しに行く？それともふ菓子食べる？
勝手に口の中に入れるな。
Oh, I'd love comedy like that.
イルマ様。
その総合力から魔術開発バトラーへ。
楽しくやろうよな。
やべえやべえ。
ワラク・クララは発想の豊かさからゲームバトラーへ送った。
Getting to see how these two are reacting to being taken out of their club for the time being. Two very different reactions, needless to say.
ようこそ我が生徒会へ。
Incredibly kawaii!
そうだった。僕は今日から。
He only went and did the Attack on Titan salute!
疲れていてもふぬけた姿など。
I don't know what just happened, but I know it was sick!
悪魔には暴力的、可逆的な思想が高ぶるストレス周期があり、それを悪周期と言います。
Not just forgetting that this was previously brought into the story and moving on from it, but instead bringing it back around and into the limelight once again, as expected from Iruma.
こっちの生徒を食おうとしていた。全然気づかなかった。すごい。
イルマくん、差し入れ持ってきたよ。
イルマは現在修行中の身。
一丁。
この剣の預かりは私です。
ご飯。
ダメです。
写真。
不可です。
いじめっ子。イルマくんに会いたかったよ。
Aside from this being a genuinely funny scene, I know I've already mentioned it once, but I can hardly believe he voiced such a badass character in Yakuza. Like, he sounds totally different, it's insane.
今日大変な一日だな。すこぶる機嫌が悪いんだ。運が悪かったんだよ。お前らは。
さて、イルマ。脱げ。違う。変な意味ではない。
It's so much like Konosuba!
とうとう来たのね。
組織からの予告状。明日の牛蜜時。
Just like in season 1, I've got a huge amount of respect for the mangaka creating a bit of a story within a story. Like, yes, it's disjointed and rare, but they still covered like 9 pages in total. Plus, I do also find it funny how the voice actors voice out things that aren't lines, so it's a 50-50 win split there. Very rare Devil World scenery shot. Hats all the way off to the animators because that just looked great.
寝具をとどめ。制服に着替えろ。
I derive an odd sense of pride watching him perform so well so early on. It really does bear mentioning again just how incredible the detail is inside and outside of buildings. Like, you should try and look at it a little bit and you'll be surprised just how many little bits and pieces that are devil themed make up classrooms, bedrooms, hallways and so on. Even this is a great example.
だから俺が留年したみてえに聞こえるじゃねえか。やめろや。
I shouted him out during the first season, but credit to his voice actor too. He's great, and I'm glad he has more lines this time around. Famously for me, he voiced the main character in My Love Story, one of the best anime I've ever seen.
だから正直、会長がお前をスカウトした時は羨ましねと思った。
羨ましね。
もっと今の状況を特別と思えってことだ。
Very few anime do wordplay like this, but I really appreciate it when I do see it.
どうした？何かあったのか？
Sudden, unexpected and confusing plot twist of concern and worry.
何か羽織るものをくださいません。この服、恥ずかしいので。
Sudden extra kawaii related plot twist.
あの時俺が一緒に行くべきだった。
一体誰が何のためにこんなことをしたんでしょう。
どうした？
あ、いえ、注目されてるなって。
ごきげんよ
あれじゃあね。
They're insane, man. No one does animation like this for crowds nowadays. That's a corner 90% of studios would cut, I'd wager.
一緒に登校することもできなくなり、一緒にランチすることもできなくなったが、ようやくに立たねば今行かなくてどうする。
I mentioned the dynamic being a win and that the disruption of it wouldn't hurt, and it really hasn't. It's been handled in a fantastic way by focusing the story on something truly interesting, so it hasn't been a problem. On top of that, a scene like this is nice to show that they're there. They haven't changed in any way, and that makes me feel oddly comfortable.
日常を体感していけば性格も戻っていくだろうって先生も言っていたし。
Once again choosing to do a deep dive on the story instead of lightly touching on it and moving forwards, just as they did earlier on with the ring and the demon form through it. Anos from Misfits Season 1, Ken from Tokyo Revengers, and of course Ban from Seven Deadly Sins. All jokes aside, these are some pure and simple, gorgeous looking visuals. I learned two things right here. Firstly, Ban's voice actor can genuinely sing, and secondly, Iruma, as an anime, just straight up loves creating songs and doing it well, no less.
解散選挙それはバトラから生徒会への宣戦布告
Bruh, again, they don't just keep it surface level, do they? Yet again, they do a bit of a deep dive, keeping it lore consistent and interesting.
でも勝手に女性の髪を触るというのはさすがにぶしつけかなと。
This scene and his strong presence in it is so overpowering it makes you forget that Iruma is even in the room, and then when he does make his appearance known, it's epic for multiple reasons. Firstly, it proves his affection for her, but also his respect for them and especially her, and lastly, it has the effect of showing him up as the main character.
このよくもロミー様に説教だぞ。かわいそうだろ。
いいだろうその敵しかと受け取った
I feel like extra credit is deserving here for making this villain appropriate to the series. Unlike the first seasons, he's not truly evil or anything, so in doing it this way, it definitely keeps things fresh.
お前の目覚まし時計
ありがとうございます。アズくんとクララからすごい連絡来てる。
I so appreciate bits and pieces like this, constantly reminding us that their trio friendship absolutely hasn't been forgotten about in the slightest.
学校にジュースの噴水肉のなる木を作りそれはもう遊びまっか
ロノウェはいロノウェ
I refuse to allow you to tell me that that wasn't at least inspired by Kazuma des.
カズマです却下カズマだよ
これはどうですか？
はいイルマ様はいはいもちろんですともお任せください
How is he just the best though?
お互いにパスし合って卵が割れた方が負けだ
話聞いてそれは聞いたらダメな日もレバー触らないで何食べてるのペしなさいペ
How is she also just the best though?
アスモデウス君お話ししよう
結構です
Normally these endings aren't quite enough to snatch their own win, but this one definitely is. This is actually a very sweet scene. It's almost like her true unguarded self, all of her worries and fears which never manifest in reality but deep down bug her like it does all of us.
あなたが今の私を受け入れてくれるなら私はずっとあなたと一緒。
それは理想であって野望じゃない。
理想と野望は違う。
あなたは自分の本当にしたいことをするべきです。生徒会以外でもできるならやめたっていいと思います。だって皆さん言ってましたから、うちは会長ではなくアメリさんについていくんだって。
Very clever writing being able to bring that statement back around to use it here. Normally fancy words like that are just spouted off with no real effort to make use of them later on.
でも今の私は気弱で
大丈夫です。
どんくさいし指示も出せない。
フォローします。大丈夫。顔を上げてください。
イルマさん。
はい。
私全力で挑みます。
A lovely and wholesome scene that also serves to promote just how far along he himself has come since the start of the first season.
何をしている貴様。
はい、探索。
What genius came up with this? It's so funny it hurts.
弱い私がなぜ会長の席にこだわり続けたのか。周りの期待、 あなたの欲望は何ですか？
You're seriously insane drawing all of that. Insane!
学生は学びを楽しめ、そう当たり前だろ。目指すは遊園地。
I can't believe they went and did another song. This is also insane.
でも私を信じてくれる人がいた。その方が信じてくれたのは私の欲望。
What an outstanding voice actress to be able to alter her tone so suddenly, and what a vast difference it is.
ここを最高の学校にしたいと望んだから。生徒である前に悪魔なのです。悪魔の本質は欲。与えられた由楽に甘えず、己の欲望に誇りを持つのです。
I'm dropping the first max 2 wins here of the video, and it's partly for her incredible sounding speech, which even got me riled up, but more importantly, it was how she seemed to alter her voice mid-sentence, bruh!
はあ、待ってくれ。こんな大事な時に触れるのも笑いかけるのも全部お前が一番最初がいいだなんて。私はお前が好きなのだな。
I said about how well they were handling the pacing of their budding relationship, and this right here just feels all the more poignant exactly because of that excellent pacing. That was amazing!
皆さん、犯人が捕まりました。
Unexpected plot twist. You really caught me off guard with that one. Well played.
して言いたい。そう、こっちの野望はおしとやかなアメリカ会長をこの目に焼き付けることだり。使命を全うしただけ。
I forgot just how Mob Psycho 100 this anime often gets with its wild editing. It's almost on the level of Love is War, which itself is second only to Mob Psycho 100.
マグ研究バトラーを再開するもお前の自由だが、生徒会はお前を受け入れたいと思っている。
いいえ、貴重な体験ばかりで楽しかった。生徒会の皆さんの野望に乗って流されてしまうんじゃなくて、自分の野望を見つけるための活動がしたくなりました。
Ah, bless his heart. He's actually taken something away from this lesson. He's been built as a character from it. Like, I love how far removed it is from a casual anime episode where nothing changes. He does this for a bit, then back to normal. It's not like that at all.
やりましたね、イルマ様。やっとマグゲに帰れるのですね。
I also am feeling an obscene amount of joy from them being back together too.
生徒会の皆さんのご様子は？
お前が抜けて少し寂しがっているがな。
そうですか。
Such a nice touch to show him feeling slightly taken aback by the feelings of others caring for him.
これが恋というものか。顔を見ようものならキラキラして眩しい。そばにいるだけで気が乱れ、かっこいいし可愛いして、ああもうわけがわからん。
Getting to see her like this.
これでいいんだ。野望が一つ増えてしまった。イルマには覚悟してもらわねば。私は野望には一途だからな。
This lovely ending can have one final win for what was also a great episode that really served so many functions within the story. His grandpa gets his own win for being nothing but lovely and supportive constantly to Iruma, bless him.
アズくんからだ。今すぐ参りますだって。クララからもゆくゆくゆくゆくゆくゆくゆくゆくゆく。
So happy that their affection towards him never changed, and thus my all-important central dynamic remains the same.
吸引力。
イルマ様さすがです。なんたる家庭的なお姿。
やめてってば。
You know what? Take one here as well for him as a character entering the anime. He's quickly become just an important part of the episodes and the story, fitting in incredibly well and fast.
ガヤガヤ森で取ってきたばっかり。ピチピチ、キトキト、ゴンゴ。
She's nuts. The animation and CGI mix that went into this dancing scene.
じゃあ打ち合わせ通りにお願いね。戦うふりだけでいいから適当なところで逃げちゃってね。
I think it's a really nice touch to the anime in general that it's kept so light most of the time. I mean, it does have some darker moments like during the end of season 1, but most of the time it's light like right here.
何をやっとるんだ貴様ら。
ねえオペラなんとかならないかな。ねえねえねえねえねえねえねえ。
I find it so oddly relaxing that what would normally be a proper storyline, albeit a bit of a boring one in another anime, is turned on its head here because his grandfather is desperate to entertain the kids in what is basically a huge closet. That attack looked so good, but I can't get over the amazing comedy bit there.
もうちょっとだけ遊んでいかない？
喜んで
Wholesome!
ほら、
イルマ様がおっしゃるならは
また遊びに来てね。
はい
Ah, I really do love this anime.
大丈夫です。ダビデが迎えに来てくれていますから。
私はクララ姉ちゃんねえ
No one ever does things like this. No one really thinks about it. Don't think I've ever seen it before, yet it's so simple in its premise. Such a nice addition.
あ、痛かったよね。ごめんね。
Animals being nice to other animals is always a win.
朝っぱらからうるせえっつったんだよ、じいさん。
Okay, so this is getting two different wins. Firstly, it's for the end of episode plot twist. Secondly, it's for his incredible vocal range. He sounds entirely different to normal. It's crazy.
持ちたかったんだろ、やるよ。
はい、イルマ様が初めて自ら川をお預けに。
ああ、今日も元気だな。
明日も元気ずっと元気
クララはそうでなくちゃな。
おおほい
I'm so intrigued as to how this alteration is going to change their dynamic moving forwards.
はよイルマくん
This.
そうみたいだから朝もね
クララ、寒い。ここ。
おおマジか
Even this change in the story is just ridiculously well done, I swear.
いつもはお花が飛んでるけど今は黒い羽が舞ってる感じ
I can't believe they actually addressed the editing styles I've been talking about since season 1.
ラファイア。
派手だな。
根本的に舐められている。決めた。俺はこのボロ教室から城に移るぞ。
面白い。
イルマ様、ついに学園の統治を。
次から言いたいことは面と向かっていいな。
はい。
I really, really do not mind where they're taking this part of the story. I tell you, I'm in awe of how well the pacing and story is handled and fleshed out. It's so entertaining.
カルエゴ先生、お忙しいところお時間を取っていただいたこと感謝いたします。アブノーマルクラスの教室移動を要求する。
Take a win here for choosing to also alter the normal music.
そもそもなぜ隔離する必要があるのか。我々のどこが問題児アブノーマルなんだ。
I'm learning to never underestimate Iruma-kun as an anime now. This is the third time where corners could have been cut and instead they've leaned in to explain things. In this case, why they're misfits and together.
だから我々のどこがアブノーマルなんだ。
どう考えてもアブノーマルだろうが。
やれやれ。
I don't know if this was a JoJo reference, but I'm counting it as one.
ロイヤル1、それは消失の魔王デルキラがバビルスに在籍していた時に使用していた教室である。
That's some tasty lore right there. Goes down smooth.
貴様らごときが使用するなど身の程を知れ。
Such gorgeous visuals, my word. Plus that Jotaro voice popping out.
あんな約束しちゃって僕すぐ許可書にハンコ押しちゃいますよ。
貴様も身の程を知れ。
I like.
イルマチって書いた
何？
えダメイルマチがいいもんほら
投票箱に入れてないのか。
入れたらなくなっちゃうもん
お前は一体何がしたいのだ。
My god, I love how they just went off on like a 40-second tangent after Iruma asked the class who voted against the president 2 episodes ago. It's so good.
まるでエゴにまみれた危険な悪魔。
Insane detail on the eyes, man.
何の興味もないお前たちが使うんだ。
Unexpected art style change that for me wouldn't be out of place in the museum.
アンドロ家家系能力ピッ。その目は相手の隠し持ったものを見抜き
Putting this much thought into their bloodline abilities even though they're not really brought up that often. Stupid amounts of kawaii in this one.
女悪魔はもう悪魔ね。話の続きをご所望なら。即決。
That.
ところでイルマくん、また荷物運びを手伝ってくれんかの。
お、マジか。今は忙しいんだけど。たくちゃっちゃと終わらすぞ。
断らないな。悪周期でもやっぱイルマくんだな。
入るよ。
おじいちゃん、実は僕この書類にハンコが欲しくて。
いいよー。バーン。
How could I not give this a win?
これ追加の許可書。どうしたんですか？
I haven't laughed so hard at simple voiced acted lines since Megamin ruffled Kazuma's hair in the Konosuba movie, making a cute random sound. Putting what looks to be actual writing on this form instead of just scribbles.
30分に1回ある謎のダンスタイム。まさしくアホの考えたゲームだ。
私が考えました。
Not sure if it came up during the first season, so I'll do it here just in case, but Asta from Black Clover.
家系能力ラッキーハッピー。
俺の元には必ず幸運が舞い込む。
Yet another bloodlinerだ!
ダメでしょうか。
と言いたいが、ここは慎重に。
何でもしましょう。
イルマ。
ロイヤルワンの価値は分かってる。ちゃんと見てやってほしいんだよ。
近い。
I don't mind where this is going!
なんで負けた？勝ちは目前だったのに、なんで？なぜ俺は手を抜いたんだ？
家系能力フルラブゲージ。どんなものでも彼女に好感を持ち、彼女に有利に動く。
The way they go on to explain what happened really smacked me in the face with feelings of JoJo. Very well thought out.
入学当初の暴行の件、ここに深く謝罪する。あの時のウヌは力こそ全てで、他者の存在をおもんぱかる心持ちなくして王とは呼べぬと、そうライバルから学んだ。
Again, not just using flowery words that don't really make much sense. Here he speaks on his own character growth brought about by his time with Iruma, and that to me is fantastic.
イルマくんの植えた苗がどんな花を咲かせるか楽しみだね。
Intriguing related win of intrigue.
その首を噛みちぎる義務がある。
I am continuously impressed by the high quality visuals always displayed in this epic anime.
イルマくんいる？ほらこれ。
ありがとう。
おい、やっぱりもっといるってよ。
おお、やっぱり。
お邪魔なされる。
What a brilliant and unexpected scene that really puts on display just how much everyone cares for and appreciates the things a normal Iruma does during the course of the day. It's only his normal, kind human nature that allowed for this to happen. It actually worked out in the end. I'm shocked but very, very happy. A great natural twist in the story.
大丈夫だ。前回の3倍はある。食えるもんなら食ってみろ。
ごちそうさん。
かっこいい。
Making this a recurring gag used every now and again is a thing of beauty. I especially laughed hard at them being physically scared when he approached the food. You know me and random humour though. I also wanted to leave a win for how clever I think it is that the opening of the doors was made into a school-wide event with people serving food and drinks and such.
学園の絶対不可侵領域ロイヤルワンの解放を宣言する。
They purely got a win here for this damn setup to the opening. It's got me genuinely on edge. I nearly lost it then at the beginning. The room actually containing everything that they thought would be in there. I thought it'd be a twist, but no. The start of season 1 now making so much sense right here. I'm just so happy that he's back, even though the evil version wasn't that bad at all, in all honesty. Running circles around him. She's a wins machine when it comes to comedy. It's also really pleasant here to see the impact he's now had on the rest of the class, as during the first season they were mostly background characters, but thus far many of them have been pulled to the front, and that's just excellent when it comes to expanding the cast. The fact that Jotaro even joined the picture, what a feel-good end to the episode!
Iruma-kunの植えた苗、素敵な花が咲いたね。
Oh, okay.
でもここに来て僕は史上最大の敵にぶつかっている。それは弁覚。
Nicely setting up the next part of the story, a massive credit for not even bringing up this fairly central point of most school-type anime before now.
どうしたの二人とも。
お気になさらず。
お気に召すまま。
クララはまた僕が悪周期になるんじゃないかって不安らしくて。
Oh, these two are just the best!
しかし離れんな。
ほら、美味しいマカロンケーキよ。ぷい。
ほらアザズ、お菓子だよ。あ、すみません。
How is this just comedy perfection though? Proving just how much the rest of the cast now cares for him. It's wonderful to see.
高等魔術における宣教で指定外の禁忌呪文が行使された場合、この力が及ぶ範囲を答えよ。
Not just taking the chance to say they have to do a test and leaving it at that, but instead giving an example and explaining how he can read it at all.
不思議な方だ。あらゆる困難を乗り越えてきた実力を持ちながら世情には疎い。その優しさは悪魔の中では稀有。そしてあの瞬間、あなたが魔王の椅子に座ったあの時に、私はそこに未来を見た。
It's been so long since his being a human has been brought up to be an issue that I had entirely forgotten about it, really, prior to win number 149.
てなわけで、何卒よしなり。
I'm so happy they're back together. They're like one of the best trios in anime ever.
8代続いて13巻に属している名家といえば、
はい、ベロベロバ。
わかりません。
答えはベルゼビュート。高等呪文と無高等呪文を同時に使うことができない法則をウロボロスの法則と呼ぶ。マルカマス。
Never doing things by halves. First it was the songs, then it was the manga and everything else, and now it's quizzing. Genuine thought has been put into it, and you just love to see it.
第3問、先生学。赤月が3日前なら、生成は今日から何日後？
This is from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I really enjoy that show.
鶏が産むものは
卵。
人間に尻尾は
生えてない。
100点か。都市伝説だと思ってたよ。
賢い殿方って素敵。
They seriously managed to make even studying super interesting and entertaining. I'm in love, and not just with her. Definitely her as well, but mainly the anime. Well, 50-50.
担当はダリ先生ですよ。
おお、おちゃらか先生。
バラム。
バラバラム。
Can't believe I haven't winged it prior to now, but have one for her constant reforming of words. I adore that.
嬉しいな。やる気のある子は大歓迎だ。
Diavolo from JoJo and Fagolium from Black Clover.
空想生物は数多く存在する。空想生物学は思い込みの学問。
Only she would be able to do this to someone everyone else found terrifying.
もし君たちの目の前に人間が現れたらどうする？
それはやっぱり食べる悲劇
Finding a golden opportunity to start talking more about humans and demons via this class, which has the added bonus of bringing back into focus Iruma and his humanness.
角はなくても羽さえあれば逃げあればあれ
Oh hot damn, that came around a lot quicker than I thought. I'm hyped!
引っ張らそう
ありますね羽。
That totally didn't go how I thought it would. Take 2 max wins here. I cannot believe they pulled out that scenario. It was so good and clever and everything. 2 wins, baby!
僕は生き物が大好きなのにこの牙のせいでみんな怯えて逃げちゃうんだ
Being nice to animals is always a win.
怖がられてるけど
待っててね今マチャを入れるから
本当はものすごく優しいんだ。
Never mind me, just keep on introducing more and more interesting characters like it's really no big deal.
人間なんです。
え
How many plot twists are you planning on tossing my way?
それ以上近づかないでくれ緊張するだって人間本物の人間が
What a way to turn the story on its head, having the first 3 people who know about him being a human react in varying pleasant ways. It's really refreshing in all honesty.
イルマくん、ウォルターパーク行ったことないの？
じゃあ一緒に行こうよ。
いいの？一緒に遊ぶでござるよ。
After this episode, I'm on break till Spy X Family is written, and then I'll be back to cover the last 11 episodes. But I must say, I'm honestly so excited to do the second half, especially seeing things outside of school.
こうちゃんは呪文を唱えて魔術を使いました。
ラファイア。
これは高等魔術といって
That is a lot of lore. They've really taken magic seriously in this anime.
歌ったら覚えやすいよ一握りの水でぐんと伸びるぞにぎにぎさ
Not gonna skip winning this. They really do love songs in this, eh?
計算のやり方まとめてみた。
はいはい。オリアス先生からテストのヒントもらったから。
知らなかったな。勉強って楽しいんだ。
Really not at all sure why I like things like this in my anime, but it's always pleasant when they pull together, hang out and relax, or like here, learn. I just plain old enjoy it. Take a final win for this first half, super enjoyable, loads of wins, and amazingly, just as good, if not even slightly better than the first season thus far. I very much hope you all enjoyed this video's positive influx into your lives. If you did, a like and a comment go a long old way to showing some appreciation, as it helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and of course I'll see you in the second half, or in whatever video you choose to watch next. Chris Harris, Ted L, Inakami and Water, Manuel Morales, Marquez, Nick Wyndham, Warkeeper, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Blitzkyle, Brandon Creer, Game 2000, Kieran Robinson, Cumfreak, Kim Munt, Magnus, Matthew Castelline, Nathan Burr, Sean, Alex P, Ali50, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Guru, Isel Caldera, Yor Edvinson, Jonas Stahl, Jordan Samuels, Jaffa6263, Kelnock, Kepan, Kevin Melter, Conito, Luis Cruz, Matthew Blanchett, Matt the Marshmallow, 1928, Sentimento, Storm 970, The Elementaler Wars.